Morning, everybody. It's 8:35 on Wednesday the 7th, and this is your pre-opening comment video number 1439. Asia is lower, as is Europe this morning. We had some numbers come out, only one of which they've actually put on TV because CNBC is running an interview with Howard Schultz yammering on about how he's not coming back again. So we had mortgage apps down again, as is the case pretty much every month. We have a mortgage rate of just over 6%, which means that refis are no longer profitable. I mean, unless you haven't done any of them. And we were supposed to get the July trade balance, and I guess they figure Howard Schultz is more important. As far as the futures, at 7 o'clock, the Dow was up 50. At 8 o'clock, it was down 50, and currently it's down about 80. NASDAQ was down 20 to down 30 to down 17, so a slight improvement. There must be something in the Dow that's moving lower, because the S&P, which was down 1 and then down 9, is now down only 6 again, and the Dow is coming back yet again down 48. One that I forgot about yesterday in doing the closing comment, Shuttle Pharmaceutical. I mentioned this one last week. It was a new issue, went from 5 to 126 and all the way back to 11. But yesterday it closed at 28.5, up 1360, so pretty extreme. This morning it's trading 2180, and that's down 670, which is also pretty extreme, down 25%. COUP software, COUP, beat top, beat bottom, gave solid guidance. The stock closed 55.82 yesterday, has been as high as 64.49. Last is 62.15, up 633 or 11.4%. Even though the numbers were great, it got downgrades in the form of not buy, sell, or hold, but price adjustments. Raymond James went from 90 to 75. Barclays went from 85 to 71, and JP Morgan went from 82 to 75. So it looks like 75 is the number. Newell Brands, which is Rubbermaid, lowered guidance. The stock has already gone in the last week and a half from 21.5 to 17. Doesn't seem like much, but this is a very slow mover. And this morning it's 16.40, down 68 cents or 4%. And trouble in the UK. We have a new prime minister there. And the Bank of England put out the following information. This coming quarter, they expect inflation to be 13%. They expect GDP to go negative this quarter and stay that way through every quarter of 2023. And income down 1.5%, and expectations for next year are down 2.25%. So what you have here is high inflation, lower GDP, and lower earnings to go with that high inflation. So we'll have to see how that works out. Okay, chart on the screen, I started with this last night also, is the bonds hit the bottom of the channel again and into this support back from early spring of this year, where we went from 131 all the way back to 146. Pretty major move. Well, we've done the reverse here. There is a little bit of a bounce, but until and unless we can get through 134.5, 135.5, this chart isn't even worth looking at. As far as a trade, there's no place to stop a short out, and to go long, I'd rather pay for direction. Corn up a little, wheat substantially higher. And the soybean complex for the first time in a couple of days is actually up, with the exception of the bean oil. Crude down another 65 cents. This is another chart that I think has proven that there's plenty of support at this price. But overnight we got down to 85.08, which is not a pleasant area. As I said, we have the high, we have a lower high, we have continuing lower highs and lower lows. So we'll have to see how this goes. It could easily break down. Let's go a little further out. And as you can see, the area is a solid area of support from whence we broke out and ran from 85 to 130 in 5 weeks. We could come down and test this 77 area, 79 area, but we'll have to see how that shakes out. Gold not doing anything. Silver a little bit higher, up 15 cents. The dollar is again up. 110.64 is a new recovery high. 110.78.5 is a new high. Bitcoin down, Ethereum down, and the bonds, after that big move down, as I just showed you, up 12/30 seconds. All right, everyone, that's about it. Have a good day, and the week's almost over. Isn't that great?